If you're looking to use AI, or maybe you're a bit confused about AI, this is a video I want to create for you, AI for beginners. People ask me, John, how did you get started in AI? How did you create Nova? How do you create your conversational AIs? And here's the thing, number one, the first thing that you've got to get really good at is first of all knowing what tools are available. You see, people ask me, John, what tool should I use for this, or what AI should I use for this? It's not about what tool you use for what. It's about what tool do you need to get the job done. Like if I want to break that wall, I'm not going to use a spoon. I'm going to use a sledgehammer, or I'm going to use one of those big bulldozers. So it's the same with AI. A lot of people talk about AI and the technical side of it, but what is the actual physical application of it? For example, one of the best things you can do with AI right now, and the simplest thing to start, a lot of you already know ChatGPT. So if you look at all the big search engines out there, you've got Google, you've got MSN, you've got Safari, you've got all these different search engines that are out there right now. The same thing's kind of happening with AI. You've got Claude, you've got ChatGPT, you've got DeepSeek, you've got Gemini, you've got all these Anthropic, all these different LLMs are out there, which basically are acting as kind of the search engines in the Web 2 world. But when we come to the Web 3 world with AI, what we mean is, what are some of the things that we need to do first? So the first thing, which is the most important part of anything you do with AI, is you need to create what we call a knowledge base. So what's a knowledge base? A knowledge base is basically taking your information from your head and recording everything. It's one of the reasons why I record a lot of videos. In fact, in my pocket, I've got one of these sort of voice recorders, and it's got like a little record button here. So basically you just wear one of these, click record, and you're recording everything that you say. So if the knowledge base is important, why is it important? Because your AI needs to be able to search your knowledge like people would search Google. So if I go to Google now and type in how to get more business, basically index a lot of the websites, it's going to crawl the websites and it's going to give you the answer. But in AI world, what happens is we are now searching our knowledge base. The most important thing for you, especially if you're a business owner as well, is to get a knowledge base. Let me give you an example. My customer service team, people, they buy our products and services, they can't get the login details, they haven't got the dates for the next event, they are looking to buy a property in this area, they want to invest in this, like whatever it is, all these questions have always been asked. So the easiest thing you can do if you want to get started is just get one of those voice recorders. You put it on here like this, so you see I've got it here. Basically, you just turn it on every day, record yourself every day for the next 3 months. You're gonna have so much data. And this is like the stuff that you put in online. All the things you put in online is basically indexable, which means if it's indexed, it's searchable. So what we wanna do, the first thing we wanna do is we want to create a knowledge base by recording everything that we say. And that's why videos are also really good. So something you do is you can just open a camera like this and click record. You can use something like Loom. So for example, if you have a customer services department, you can basically take everything on their computer and click record, and everything that's moving, you just basically just open it and just click record. So everything on that computer has been recorded, right? So if you do that every single day for 3 months, you're gonna have hours and hours and hours and hours of content. And now you're gonna take all that and then you're gonna transcribe it word for word. Or you can put it into what we call a Google Drive, and then AI can search it. Because the idea is, it doesn't matter whether you're using ChatGPT or Claude or Gemini, basically our LLM needs to be able to search our knowledge base. That's the most important part. So that's step one. Once you've actually done that, step two is training your AI. So for example, now I'm going to do a really easy one because a lot of you know this. ChatGPT, a lot of you use it every day, but the thing that you want to do with ChatGPT is you want to create a folder. For example, my folder is called Nova. Everything that I ask every day goes into Nova. So for example, I can open Nova now. I can say, Nova, give me 3 hooks that John Lee would come up with when it comes to creating video content. And he actually came up with this one. Well, John, you've been talking about AI recently. Why don't you teach an AI video for beginners? When you create that folder in your ChatGPT, you should be putting every conversation in that folder. And then, so if you want to add things to it, you can also customize it as well. So if you go to the settings and go to customize, you can basically take all of your content that you recorded, then put it into something like ChatGPT and you say summarize it. I summarize it into the top 10 points that I would need to basically create my persona. Because once we've got that knowledge base, we need to put that into something. And when it goes into something, now we're able to train it in such a way and then fine tune it. So that means every question I ask, it knows everything I'm doing. It knows where I am, it knows what events I'm speaking at, it knows what podcasts I've done, it knows all the videos I've created, it knows all the content. How you ask is because I extract that data. And if there's anything specific I want my AI to remember, is I want it to remember some very crucial points. So then I would use a specific prompt. I want you to write this down. The prompt is update memory. So once that's created, you would put that in and then it would create that. And that's why I think it's really important. So a lot of you, when it comes to creating your own LLM, think about it in a way where you can start fine tuning it And once you fine tune it, now you can create a lot of output. So if I say, hey, ChatGPT, I've got this offer, I want to make it more exciting, what would you add to it? And it can take the existing offer that I have because it's already got the content and it can add to it. Or I say, hey, I've got 20 different leads that I want to create, the lead magnets. Can you create one for me that makes it look like this? And the reason it can do that is because it's already got all my data. It has a knowledge base that it can actually get access to. And that's why it's so important to be able to do this, right? Your knowledge base out of everything you do in AI is basically your data that you can move from any LLM. And you can have multiple LLMs access that data as well. And now you can even download the LLM onto your computer locally, so it's not going out to the internet. Because a lot of people, when they have OpenAI, it goes onto the internet and that internet can be accessed unless you have it closed. So you need closed AI, not open AI, which is really important. What you do is, once you've actually got your knowledge base, that's step one. Step two is actually using the fine tuning. Now, step three is how do we actually monetize it? How do we actually make money from this? So for example, I can take my knowledge base that's been fine tuned and now I can output it into what we call a conversational AI. So what is conversational AI? So conversational AI is as I listen and I speak to somebody, it will be able to talk like me. So there are lots of ways out there you can clone your voice. You can even have an AI avatar of yourself. So for example, I could create this entire video using AI. That's actually what we want to create these videos for, is because we use this as a training engine for that AI. So it's got so much, it'll have my mannerisms, it'll be able to have my expressions, it'll probably be able to make me look thinner and give me more hair. The whole point of this is to make sure we have so much data that's been inputted that it can basically pull from everything. And this is the magic of what we do with AI. So for example, let's say you're a coach or a speaker, you have something where you talk to people on, you have a service. You could actually take that conversational AI and then basically charge a subscription to access that. So that's where membership models, that's why going from active income to passive income is so good, because active income creates the money coming in, but you use that to build something that creates passive income. So now you can create a conversational AI. For example, if you're a coach, instead of doing one-to-ones now, you have one-to-many, one-to-thousands, one-to-millions. And if you just have like 1,000 people pay you $10 a month, you're making extra 10,000 a month for people using that part of your AI. So that's what I'm doing now. In my brain, I've got my AI that talks about investing. I've got my AI that talks about online businesses. I've got my AI that talks about how to increase business. I've got my AI that talks about how to become a speaker. So I've got all these different AI modules which are conversational, and now I can charge a subscription to it and people get access to it. So I don't have to be the person doing that work anymore. My AI does the work for me. But this is why, can you see why step one is so important? Step one is you create your knowledge base. Step two, you fine tune it in a way where people know it's you. So when I'm replying to emails now, I can also chain these AIs together. I can say, okay, Nova, you know how I respond to emails. Anytime an email comes in, write the email, respond to me, and then send it. And if any of you would love to learn more about AI and you want to learn how to grow a business, scale it using AI, then I'm running business accelerators all around the world. Click the link below this and you can put your details in. I'll let you know when the next one is. Make sure you subscribe to this channel because I'll be uploading more and more and more content with AI. Other than that, check out this video here.